Ever wondered why your cat seems more creatively inclined than you? You know, the way she turns a simple box into a castle, or how she sees a laser pointer as her arch nemesis. Well, let's talk about this creative conundrum. Many people believe creativity is an inborn talent, like being able to wiggle your ears or curl your tongue. But that's as far from the truth as saying your cat is plotting world domination. Although, who knows, right? In reality, creativity is a skill, much like learning to ride a bike or mastering the art of making the perfect cup of coffee. It's not about having a special gene, it's about flexing the right mental muscles. Imagine if we treated other skills like we do creativity. Oh, I can't cook. I wasn't born with the Gordon Ramsay gene. Sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? So if you've been feeling like creativity is an exclusive club you're not invited to, worry not. We've got the keys to get you in. Ever tried to find a needle in a haystack? That's what creativity can feel like sometimes. Now, imagine if that haystack was on fire and you only had a pair of chopsticks to sift through it. That's embracing chaos. Chaos, my friends, is the spice of life. It's the unexpected jolt that shakes up your world and makes you question everything you thought you knew. It's like throwing a bunch of random ingredients into a blender and hoping for the best. Sometimes you end up with a delicious smoothie. Other times you're left with something that resembles swamp water. But hey, that's the risk you take. Think about it. Would the Mona Lisa be as captivating if Da Vinci had followed a paint-by-numbers guide? Would Einstein have developed the theory of relativity if he'd stuck to conventional wisdom? Probably not. So, the first key to unlocking your creative potential? Welcome the chaos. It's like inviting a tornado to a tea party. Remember when you were a kid and everything was fascinating? That's the spirit we need. As we grow older, we tend to lose that spark of curiosity. But guess what? That very spark is the main fuel for our creative engine. Imagine being as curious as a cat, always ready to jump at the next shiny thing that comes your way. Picture yourself as a scientist, probing the mysteries of the universe, or an explorer, charting unknown territories. That's the level of curiosity we're aiming for here. Ever wondered why the sky is blue or why dogs chase their tails? No, we'll start wondering. It's these seemingly silly questions that lead to the most profound discoveries. Think of Newton. An apple falls on his head and boom! He discovers gravity. So, pop open that can of curiosity, let it fizz and overflow. Dive into the sea of questions without worrying about looking foolish. Because the only foolish question is the one that is never asked. So the second key? Be nosy, be curious. Be the annoying kid in the backseat asking why? How many times did Edison fail before he invented the light bulb? A lot, and look where it got him. Now let's talk about embracing failure. It's like going on a blind date with a cactus. It's going to sting, but hey, it's a story to tell. It's the uninvited guest at your creative party. But guess what? It's also the life of the party. Take Bob Ross, the painter. He'd say, "We don't make mistakes, just happy little accidents." Those happy accidents were the stepping stones to his masterpieces. It's the same for us. Our missteps, blunders, and epic faceplants are the raw materials for our own masterpieces. Who knows, your next failure could be the Picasso of screw-ups. Don't be afraid of messing up. It's like getting a tattoo of a unicorn on a dare. It might not seem like the best idea at the time, but it's all part of the adventure, isn't it? So the third key, fail. And when you do, fail spectacularly. Ever tried to fit a square peg in a round hole? That's what thinking outside the box feels like. Society loves its boxes. They're neat, they're tidy, and they keep everything in its place. But creativity? It scoffs at boxes. It's that rebellious teenager who refuses to clean its room. It's the square peg laughing in the face of the round hole. Imagine if the Wright brothers had stayed inside the box. We'd all be traveling by train and the phrase frequent flyer miles would be as foreign as a Martian language. Or picture Picasso adhering to the rules. His paintings would be as exciting as watching paint dry, literally. Challenging norms, questioning the status quo, and thinking differently are the core of creativity. It's about daring to see the world from a new perspective, to dream the impossible dream, and then to make it possible. So the fourth key? Forget the box. In fact, what box? Remember when you thought you knew it all? Yeah, me neither. The pursuit of knowledge is endless, and creativity, my friends, thrives on that chase. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you need to be the next Einstein to be creative. But keeping your mind sharp and open to new ideas, that's a game changer. Think of your brain as a sponge. You wouldn't want to use a dry, crusty sponge, would you? No, you want it to be moist and absorbent, ready to soak up anything that comes its way. That's how your brain should be, always ready to learn, always thirsty for knowledge. Remember that one time you tried to make a souffle and it fell flat? Or that time you tried to fix your sink and ended up flooding your kitchen? Yep, those were learning experiences, and they probably sparked some creative solutions too. So the fifth key? Never stop learning. Life's a school, and you're always in session. Ever waited for a pot to boil? That's what creativity can feel like. Imagine you're a painter, your canvas is blank, and you're waiting for that stroke of genius. You wait, and just when you're about to throw your paintbrush across the room, it hits you. That's creativity for you. It's like a bus. You wait for ages, and then 3 come at once. Our minds are like gardens, ideas are the seeds, and patience is the water we need to let them grow. If you rush, you'll end up with a half-baked idea like deciding to invent edible socks. Sure, it's creative, but is it useful? Not so much. Creativity is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's about waiting for the right moment, the right idea, the right inspiration. It's about understanding that good things come to those who wait, even if it feels like you're waiting for a pot to boil. So the sixth key? Patience. It's not just a virtue, it's a requirement. You know what they say, practice makes perfect, or at least practice makes less terrible. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I've been practicing my finger painting for years and I still can't create a masterpiece. Well, here's a little secret. Your creative potential isn't about creating a masterpiece on your first, 10th, or even 100th try. It's about the journey, the process, the countless hours of trial and error, and yes, the practice. Remember when you first learned to ride a bike? You didn't hop on and start pedaling like a Tour de France champion. No, you wobbled, you fell, you scraped your knees, but you got back up and tried again, and eventually, you got the hang of it. Same goes for creativity. You see, creativity is a muscle. And like any other muscle, the more you use it, the stronger it becomes. So don't shy away from practice, embrace it. So the seventh and final key, practice, and when you're done, practice some more. So, we've unlocked the 7 keys to creativity. Now what? Well, imagine your brain as a wild monkey in a banana factory. The first key is embracing the chaos. That's like letting the monkey loose and seeing where it goes. Second, feed your curiosity. That's like giving the monkey a map of the factory and letting it explore. Our third key is embracing failure. That's the monkey slipping on a banana peel but getting right back up to continue its adventure. Fourth, think outside the box. That's like the monkey using a banana peel as a slide instead of just slipping on it. Next, keep learning. The monkey is now studying the nutritional facts of bananas. The sixth key, cultivating patience, is the monkey waiting for the perfect, ripe banana before eating it. Lastly, practice, practice, practice. Our monkey is now a banana connoisseur, tasting bananas from all over the world. And there you have it, folks. 7 keys to unlocking your creative potential. Now go out there and create something. Or don't, we're not your boss.